Hey guys, welcome to my video. Today we're going to be doing a battle of the AOA Studio sponges. So we're also going to compare to see how well they perform and how much they absorb when it comes to this very thin, you can see right there. It's a thin foundation. It is the Unique Touch Mineral Liquid Foundation. I have it in both Scarlet, which is their lightest shade, and I also have it in Organza, which is more of a pink. But I'm going to use Scarlet today because you can see just how red I am all over the place. And I want to see, and I already did this for my Facebook, but I wanted to see kind of like, okay, how will they perform to do this? Will they be medium coverage? Would they be full coverage? Or would they just not be coverage at all? Well, here's how we're going to figure that out. There are 3 different AOA Studio sponges that I'm using today. There's this guy right here. This is their microfiber sponge, the purple one. And yes, it's a little bit stained. It's kind of hard to clean this, to be honest with you. And I'm hoping that right there, if you can see it, it's not a rip in the fabric or rip in the material. But it's already wet. It just feels dry. It's very strange. And then we have these 2 guys. We have their Paw Charity one, which is super soft and very, very fluffy. And then they have their harder one. This is the original Wonder Blender. So there's the Paw Charity Wonder Blender, regular Wonder Blender, microfiber velvet sponge. So we are going to see if this will work. So I'm going to do microfiber on this cheek, original Wonder Blender on this cheek, and then, well, cheek, chin, you know, that whole ratio. And then we're going to try out this guy, the Paw Cherry one, which is so much softer. It's like memory foam, I love it. So I've already primed so that we can just get into this. So I used, of course, the Unique Touch Glorious Face Primer. And then for pore filling purposes, I put on the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's go ahead and I'll put my hair back like this. You're in my bathroom, by the way. I didn't think that this was going to be bad lighting. So here we go. And up and in. Okay, so now we're good. We match now. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and prep the foundation. So if you did not know how to prep the foundation, the Unique foundation, the liquid one, you empty everything out of the dropper, put it back in just like this, and you shake it up really well because it is a mineral foundation. So you do want to make sure that everything's combined and ready to go. It's kind of like a shake weight situation. So what I'm going to do, and kind of what you're recommended to do, is put like some directly on the face and then blend it out with this. What I'm going to do is bring you in. So you're going to get to see all that redness and all this craziness, okay? You're going to get to see that. So let me go ahead and, you know, usually they say, oh, just put like 3 drops on a brush and you're fine. Now, keep in mind, I am using you as my mirror, guys. Okay, so that's a good amount, right? Pretty good. She's thick, so, or thin. I'm going to use the little butt end here. And, oh, I wish I had a mirror available. I was going to use this lid here. Don't mind me. You can get it up in the eyeball. Okay, this is what you're left with at the bottom of the sponge. You can get into your nose a little bit, maybe. Like what? So, do we notice? I'm not as red now. Like, I'm very much, like, yeah, you might want to put on another layer. But just in overall comparison of each side, this one did really well. It feels full coverage to me. And if you keep going a little bit, it really does help to remove the rest of that redness and darkness under my eyes. But it's definitely very, very good. I like that. Okay, so yeah, you see, it's not bad, right? Like, pink as heck, white. That's good, and very little got on the sponge, so far we know that a microfiber works. So we're going to do the same thing on the other cheek here, and then I'm going to use the original Wonder Blender. So here we go. We do the same thing as before. Again, I like to put a little bit of what was on the tube. And yes, I'm using it as a mirror, so that could be too much. I don't know. But to be honest, I don't think it is. So, using you guys as my mirror, using the butt end here. Okay. Get our side of the nose, the eyes. And just really go to town a little bit back here. Okay, and up the nose. Okay. Alright, so we can see over here we had a little more coverage. Over here we were a little less, I mean, we're still kind of pink, but in a good way. And all that stuff I had down there, the mole, you know. And obviously people are going to use concealers and whatnot, and that's totally fine. But do you see? Right? The redness is practically gone. And if you look at the bottom of the sponge, you didn't absorb much. That's really, really good. This one is softer than the blending bud that they sell you. And I bought those, and I got them. They were very dense. They did not do what I would say was a good job. So this one is definitely good as well. Also providing full coverage. Now, forehead time and soft sponge time. Alright, so since it does sit there for a second or so, I'm going to shake it up again. And then, just, I almost did that on my cheek, my bad. So, apply like that. And now I'm going to go in with this guy. So let's balance out. Got it? Notice that I am barely pressing for the sponge. And I just want you to sort of be able to see what's going on. I still have some redness from getting my eyebrows done. And I just like to make sure everything is blended out. So I'm going to blend down the nose for a second and just really push it in. And I'm telling you, there's nothing, no redness there. Look at the sponge, right? That's all, that's what it looks like. Now, this looks like that with all foundation, so it's not just that one. But look at what we're dealing with now, right? Not bad. You know, I always put a little bit on the eyeball, and you can see, like, the redness is still kind of there, but not too much. Like, it's very subtle. The nose, I have those little indents from glasses, but you see, like, they're kind of covered. This side, which was the microfiber sponge, really did a really good job at hiding and enhancing the niceness that was already there. Now, most people will use a brush, which is, you know, somewhat recommended. I mean, it says on the back here, it just says to shake well before using. So there's many different application processes to this. I also use a silver sponge when I feel like it. So I was very curious to see, okay, how do these sponges perform, right? They performed really well, and I'm really, really impressed with the microfiber. So, I mean, it got everything. Like, I mean, all three of them did, obviously, because we're trying all three of them out. But, you know, a lot of people say, oh, this is a full coverage foundation. Well, if you layer it, but this part right here, I'm actually curious about, which was this sponge. So I vote that we do a second layer just because. So I'm gonna do a second layer and we're just gonna do it the same way before, and that way we'll really know how good this is. Because I am a presenter, you know, so I like to show things working the way that, you know, they're supposed to. So I'm gonna go back in with that part and see, that redness is leaving the premises. And it doesn't make you look patchy or anything like that. I'm really loving this. It's kind of weird though, because like it feels dry, but it's not. So I'm just kind of moving up close and personal. So these things right here are getting concealed. And then we're gonna go on the side of the nose here and really get in there. Get the bridge of the nose, get the nostril, that stuff, and then just get down in here and really work it in. So this is all that's left on the bottom, which is fine. Like you sit there and you're just going, and then look, no redness at all. It's good. And it's not lifting up anything, so now we're gonna go in for the second layer of the original AOA. Did I not have that in there apparently? There we go. Okay. So now we're going back in with the original. And we're just bouncy, bouncy, bounce. Okay. You know, be gentle. And yes, you can hear it on my face. So I like to press in really nicely and just sort of do that. So, okay. Just really get the nose, right? So all of that is gone. Like, you see that? Like, right up in there. Yep, see my pores. But you see how it's not red anymore? Neither is that side, and it's just the foundation and a sponge. So we're gonna go back to this guy and finish the rest of the face, because it's the forehead. So let's go ahead and finish what we started, of course. Oh. Forehead's crying, forehead's crying. Okay, we've got it. Okay, and then very nicely put it into the skin. So right here, there's a little extra redness right there. And I did bring it down to the nose, I understand, but I want to make sure everything blends. Okay? So I'm like up here, so you can see that, right? Redness is gone. Focus. Redness is gone. And down the nose, it's not red anymore. You don't see those weird prints anymore. Now you can see, again, nothing's going on. Nothing's going on over here. I really need to blend back there, so give me a second. Okay, so again, each sponge performed very well, especially with this kind of foundation. Now obviously I will test them with other foundations, but for a foundation like this, that is usually recommended to be a brush, that's impressive. And you saw how thin it was, you saw how it was gonna just kind of come out of a dropper. And it works. It works with all of these sponges. Again, I don't think the blending buds are very good. They're just very hard to work with, and they're hard. So trying to clean it was not an experience I want to remember. But you see that this is the bottom of how this sponge looks after everything's said and done. This is the bottom of how this sponge looks after everything's done. And this is the one like that. That looks that way as well. So they're not hard to clean, and they seem to give you very good coverage. And yeah, and keep in mind, a lot of people will wear concealer. This was strictly sponge foundation. That's it. I didn't want to do concealer. We don't need to do concealer. We all know that good sponges, if they can handle the foundation, usually they perform really well with concealers. So I didn't really see the point in doing that. I did use my Scarlet, but I do have Organza, which I actually really like. And I like the mixture of when you mix them up and everything like that. But just looking at what we have to work with, I think the sponges did a very good job. So I'm definitely happy about that. And yes, I'm sure they would be good to set things with, but I prefer brushes or my Blendiful for that kind of stuff now. So, and if you didn't know, this foundation will dry down to a powdery finish. So you can decide to set it if you want, or let it sit on its own. That's really what it comes down to. There we go. It's completely up to you, but I think we have some really awesome sponges. They are from Shop Massé. So we have the microfiber. This is $1.88, but that's because it's helping a charity that they run. This is the original Wonder Blender, and they're in different colors, but I liked this one, obviously. I got the black one too. I didn't like the purple one, but yeah. So this is their original one, and it's $1, and it obviously works very well. And then we have the Paw Paw Charity one, which is super soft, super squishy, definitely so nice on the skin. It's almost, like I said, it's like memory foam almost. This is $1.55. However, they were on sale for 6 of these guys for $8.85. So definitely worth the investment. I love these sponges. I love almost all of my Shop Massé sponges I've ever had, hence why I made a giant order of them. But now we know there are some sponges out there that will make this look just as good as if it was a brush. So yeah, alright, I wanted to show you that little thing there. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, hit the subscribe button and the like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you later. Bye.